the house has been on the market for 3 months, it's dead in the water. There's only been 4 people who've been interested enough to go through the front door. Words fail me with this colour. I don't think any family is going to buy a house this size with only 1 bedroom. Selling your house can be difficult at the best of times, but in a buyer's market, it's especially tricky. Location, condition, curb appeal all play a large part in how fast your property moves. People rarely buy houses that need a lot of work unless they're a bargain, so don't give them any opportunity to say no. Frank and Mary Lou have been living in their 2-bedroom house for 7 years. It's listed at $569,900. It's been sitting on the market for almost 3 months and no offers. To complicate matters, the couple have just bought their dream home on the East Coast, and they own a condo in town, which Mary Lou uses for her business. So it's time to sell, because carrying 3 properties is crippling them financially.
We started off, this place was, I think the phrase is, tired. We painted, we refinished the floors, all new windows.
Electrical, plumbing. The colors in the house really set off that arts and craft look.
Mary Lou's very good with colors.
It is hard to believe it's not selling.
Maybe 3 or 4 couples have come by to do a viewing.
We really have to sell. We can't maintain 3 properties indefinitely. And Frank and I, we both have our own businesses. It makes it challenging, to say the least.
And my business is not doing that well right now.
We do need to sell.
This is a picturesque arts and crafts house. It's in a great neighbourhood, which boasts some fantastic schools and is only a stone's throw away from the beach. But this house just isn't shifting, so I'm going to go in and take a closer look. Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm Frank.
Wow, this is a pretty special yard.
We enjoy it.
Yeah, it's really nice in the summertime.
I bet it is. Now, the thing about this swimming pool is we need to get this house sold quickly, so the swimming pool is a positive rather than a negative. Because, you know, if you see a swimming pool in the winter and there's a metre of snow on the ground, you're like, oh, that's going to be a nightmare to maintain.
That's true.
But you see it on a day like this, and you're like, wow. So, can I have a bit of a snoop around inside?
Certainly.
Sure, come this way.
Thank you very much. This is a lovely arts and crafts house. 2 tables. What do you use this one for?
Breakfast dining?
And the dining table is just...
Formal dining.
You're the most formal couple on the block.
Exactly.
But lovely dining room, great original features. It's functional, you've got a nice dining table set, it's a good size. It's a great dining room. I have to say, guys, words fail me with this colour.
Chartreuse.
So what?
Chartreuse.
Well, you have
Yeah.
both.
It's a great size, though. Nice fireplace, nice windows as well. So this is the kitchen. This kitchen is a great size. I like the open plan concept, that's great. Popular with potential buyers. And these look pretty solid, nice oak cupboards.
They could take a little bit of help.
Is this dog scratching?
There was a big German Shepherd that lived there.
So, should we go upstairs? Slightly confusing, this room.
I use it as an office.
It's a sort of pretend office, so there's not a telephone or a notepad or a computer. Right, so presumably this is your bedroom then. Lovely room, big windows, there's a lot of natural light. I love all the original woodwork. You didn't match it with the wood over the windows.
When you have natural wood, you're a little loath to paint
And
it.
it's a bit distracting to the poor potential buyers. This house has so much potential. Great yard, great layout, but who is going to fall in love with slime green walls and a kitchen that looks like it was attacked by a dog? No one. But hopefully I can get Frank and Mary Lou on board, and then we can turn this house from unsellable to sellable. This is a fab house. Having said that, you walk into the sitting room and the first thing you do is you go, whoa. You've got loads of details that I'd like potential buyers to be able to appreciate, like the fireplace, the lovely LED windows. But at the moment, the first thing they're thinking is, the colour. So the first impression when you walk in there is not, wow, what a great room. It's, wow, what a interesting colour. That is true in the kitchen, the dining room, and the bedroom. It's a bit too bold.
Okay.
I want to move on to the kitchen. What I'd like to see in the kitchen is a more updated look. And I think by restoring the cupboards, we can do that, because they are lovely wood.
I agree with you on the kitchen.
Okay. So at the moment, it's marketed towards a couple like yourself, but I would like to see this house marketed towards a family. So they're going to be looking for 2/3 bedrooms. So we really need to turn that study into a second bedroom.
I agree.
It's been on the market for 3 months.
Almost.
If a house has been on the market for 3 months, it's dead in the water. So what I'd like to see is take it off the market, we wave our magic wand, we have new photos done, and then there's this new marketing with a bang, slightly more slanted towards the family.
Oh, fantastic.
And that will generate re-interest and start the ball rolling again. How does that sound to you?
Sounds wonderful.
Frank and Mary Lou live in a storybook house in a great little pocket of the city, but it's been sitting stagnantly on the market for almost 3 months. So I'm going to go and meet Paul, the real estate agent, to see what he thinks the trouble is. Paul, lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Now, this house has been on for just under 3 months?
3 months, yeah.
How many viewings have you had in that time?
We've only had 4.
Why do you think there's only been 4 people who've been interested enough to go through the front door?
I think part of it has to do with most of the marketing being internet-based and the pictures, how they present on screen.
If you are going to paint your sitting room slime green, not a lot of people are going to want to necessarily have a look in.
Yeah. Right now, the only market we have for the house is kind of executive couples and maybe empty nesters. Not a huge market. I think one of the other issues is price. I think we're probably a little bit too high.
OK.
So we are going to address that.
So what are you going to take it down to?
We're going to try to come under the 550. We're going to come in at 549.
I think psychologically, not being over the 50 mark is going to help.
I hope so.
So do you think once we've remarketed it, have new photos and a new price, all these factors will lead to a quicker sale?
Yes.
Frank and Mary Lou have been waiting patiently for offers. I'm going to go and show them a comparable house in the neighbourhood so they know what people are really looking for. Here we go. OK, I want to show you the kitchen first.
Nice, very nice.
It's updated, but it's not particularly expensive. And the countertop is just a regular laminate. These aren't particularly expensive cupboards. People are looking for this kind of kitchen. They want something updated and something they don't have to do any work on.
Makes sense.
OK, so you can go into the sitting room. What do you think?
It's lovely.
Very comfortable.
It's contemporary, but it's sort of contemporary traditional. You know, because you've got these beautiful hardwood floors and a baseboard. So you've got the cornicing. That's what I'd like to see in your house, by toning down the colour palette, playing up the period details.
I agree.
Come through to the dining room. This is the sort of colour I'd like to see in your dining room and your sitting room. Do you like it?
I do.
Also, what I like about this dining room is it's very functional, but it's got really nice, clean lines.
Very simple. The table, the chairs, and a little bit of nice lighting.
Exactly.
This is bright.
What's the first thing you think of when you're in this room?
Serenity.
And your bedroom is just as nice, but at the moment, the bright yellow with the different textures and fabrics is slightly overpowering. Well, let's go through to the next bedroom. OK, so the big difference between this house and your house is this has 2 bedrooms upstairs. And in a house your size, people do expect to see at least 2 to 3 bedrooms.
Right.
So that's what we're going to do. So what do you think of the house?
It shows very well.
There's nothing to criticize.
Exactly, and the problem you're having with your house at the moment is people are walking in and they're being turned off by the colour.
Even if they actually showed up.
Now this sold in 15 days for just under the asking price, which was around the 650 figure. But you should feel confident now because you've got a great house. It just needs a bit of TLC, a bit of upgrading, and then I'm very confident that it will sell quickly.
Well, you get your guys in there and go at it.
Well, let's get out of here then, Frank. Come on. And to get the ball rolling, I've called in contractor Anthony Sayers. Anthony's going to go through the changes we're going to make from more of a construction angle. So, fire away.
That table is not really working there, so what I was thinking was creating an office workspace.
Well, that's a good idea.
Since we're taking away the table from there,
Yes.
what I'm gonna do is create another eating area where you can set bar stools here.
So dining for two.
Dining
Yes.
for two.
In the kitchen, you have some cabinets that are damaged. So by sanding them and varything them, it'll show a lot better, right? And I'm gonna change the handles and make them look nicer.
It'll look great.
I'm going upstairs. There's just 2 windows that we just need to paint out the trim. One in the office and one in the master bedroom.
So you're gonna paint over the wood.
Yes.
You got a plan, let's execute.
Okay, come on then.
Okay.
The cabinet doors were scratched and scuffed up by a dog's paw. I've just taken some sandpaper. I started with a low grit, 80 grit, and tried to remove the sealer and the scuff marks. Then I went to a medium and then a fine sandpaper to finish off. The next step would be to stain the cabinets. I'm using this 2-in-1 product, which stains and seals all in one. You can get different colors for different types of wood. So you just have to make sure that you choose the right color and it's for the right type of wood. You don't want to shake the can. You want to stir it from the bottom and just bring all the resin to the top. I've restored them and they look almost brand new again.
What do you think of the paint colour in the living room?
I like it.
It's probably called something like a walk in the park at dawn. Something. How do you think Frank's gonna like the new colour?
Well, your guess is as good as mine.
I'm really amazed that someone actually picked that color. It's fantastic.
What I'm making here is a breakfast nook, just an extra counter space. I'm using this piece of MDF to cover the face of the cabinet and to act as support for my upper shelf. My first step, cut the nosing off the countertop. I used a jigsaw with a fine blade and made sure I cut a nice straight line. To make sure that my support is nice and solid, I nailed into the corners of the cabinet, which has solid wood. So I'm nailing right into solid wood, which is what you want to do. Now that my piece of MDF is nice and solid, it's going to act as my support for my top shelf, which is right here. I'm going to use this butcher block with some brackets that will attach to the front and act as support. Now we have an eatery bar. You can put a stool here and sit and have coffee in the morning.
So this is the desk then.
The start of the desk, it's the top and the bases.
I like this. What kind of wood is it?
This is a butcher block 1x2 that they glued together.
Looks lovely.
I've used MDF, which is medium density fiberboard. And then afterwards, I'm gonna use this 1x material.
Yep.
And just line everything to make it chunkier and look more built-in.
Brilliant.
And then I've made up towers that we're gonna attach to the wall. They're the same size as the window.
So what do they look like?
Well, I have them built right there. We can just bring them in, you can see. They're gonna pretty much sit like there.
So a huge improvement. In a buyer's market, sometimes half the struggle can be getting people through the front door. Fewer viewings means you can't afford to show your house as anything other than light, bright, and move-in ready. This comparable arts and crafts style house does not disappoint. The living room's soft colour scheme and beautiful bay window makes the space feel airy and bright. Framed by a traditional style mantel and a large mirror, the fireplace stands out as the perfect focal point. The crown moulding and window frames painted a clean white adds to that fresh and light feeling. In the dining room, the old-fashioned furniture fits well with this home's beautiful wood panelling and French doors. The galley kitchen is simple but immaculately presented. It's freshly painted and boasts ample counter and cupboard space. This master bedroom is about the same size as Frank and Mary Lou's, but the cream paint and light trim makes the space feel larger. An elegant four-poster bed and mirrored wall sconce maintains this home's traditional look. Frank and Mary Lou's storybook house was not showing well. The colours were incredibly overpowering. By restoring the home's beauty, we are one step closer to closing that deal. This living room's arts and craft details were utterly overwhelmed by strong colours. To neutralise this space, we toned down the walls and added a complementing area rug. We dressed up the sofa with new accent cushions in fuchsia and honey tones. Now, this living room is the calm, relaxing retreat buyers look for. There was no escaping from the dining room's overpowering yellow walls, so we painted them the same neutral tones as the living room. We replaced the oversized dining room set with a smaller table and chairs. Now both rooms feel open and bright. Although well laid out, this kitchen definitely needed some tender loving care. First, we decluttered and repainted. Then we restored the room's beautiful oak cabinetry with some inexpensive varnish and a little elbow grease. At the entrance to the kitchen, Anthony's smart new breakfast bar adds extra function and counter space. Rather than 2 tables and chairs side by side, we repurposed the large open area opposite the kitchen by replacing Frank and Mary Lou's table set with a new built-in desk. Now potential buyers can work from home while enjoying the glorious view of the backyard and pool. Upstairs, using this space as an office was not marketing the house properly to potential family buyers. By simply adding a bed, new white linens and matching side tables and lamps, we easily transformed this well-proportioned room into a lovely second bedroom. In the master bedroom, the bright orange walls, heavy furniture and colourful bedspread didn't offer the peaceful retreat potential buyers are looking for. We calmed down the walls with a soothing neutral colour, minimised the furniture and added new linens. We painted out the windows trim and replaced the dark curtains, all to add that feeling of light and spaciousness. For a total cost of $4,600, we've lightened, brightened and restored Frank and Mary Lou's home, so buyers can now appreciate its true charm and potential. This house now shows as a flexible space that will appeal to both couples and families alike. Marketing materials like takeaway pamphlets are very important to potential buyers and can influence their final decision. Colour photos are key, but they're not much good on their own. They need to be accompanied by price, floor plans, and other relevant information. When potential buyers are browsing property websites, you only get about 1 second to impress before they click on to the next house. So you could be drastically cutting down the amount of buyers walking through the front door through your choice of colour. If you're selling your home with a pool, make sure you market it in spring or summer, because a swimming pool is going to look much more like a negative under ½ metre of snow. It is amazing what drastic remarketing and some inexpensive restoration can do for a home. Frank and Mary Lou's gorgeous 2-bedroom home will surely sell quickly. Now it's time to see if potential buyers agree. A relaunch is a great way to drum up interest in a previously poorly presented house. It allows new buyers to come by and the old tire kickers to check out the improvements. I think the neighbours are going to have a lot to talk about.
I'm Wendy.
Lovely to meet you. So here we have the sitting room.
I really like the wall color. And I love the fireplace.
It's
That's
lovely.
a real craftsman style fireplace.
Straight through to the dining room.
Yeah. Oh, and this is nice for entertaining. You can just walk right through.
Here you've got a little breakfast bar.
Oh, this is nice. Oh, I like this. Oh, and you've got all the storage space. I really like that. I think this is a good use of space.
Nice to meet you. What do you think of the colours?
I love the color because I think it lends itself to the floors.
I'll come through into the
I like it.
kitchen. What I like about this kitchen is you can have your guests in the dining room
Right.
and you can chat to them
That's
and hear
what's
what they're
nice.
talking, but there's a bit of a division.
That's important.
Yeah. Do you think this is going to be big enough for you?
I think it would be just fine.
Well, come and have a look at the backyard. I think it's pretty special.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, my goodness. This is a large area.
And you've got a pool, changing room, and a
great.
tool shed.
That is great.
Come on in. I want to show you upstairs.
I like. This is very nice.
You have lots of room for your clothes. There's lots of storage. You could have a vanity mirror here or a television. Do you think you'd like to have a room like this?
Probably.
Well, come on through to the master bedroom.
That is nice.
Yeah, I like this. I like the windows too.
Do you mind if I have a little chat with you downstairs? Do you think this is a style of house you can imagine yourself living in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you maybe come back for a second viewing?
Oh, sure.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure, yeah.
I love the house. It looks great.
You come into this house, you don't have to do a thing. It's fantastic.
My favorite part of the house is when you walk in the door and you see the features of the house.
And what they've done upstairs with what used to be our office and is now our second bedroom, it looks impeccable.
It'll really appeal to a wide range of people.
I think after the makeover, there is a chance that this house will sell very quickly.
Now that we've restored and remarketed Frank and Mary Lou's charming house, viewings have substantially increased and feedback has been nothing but positive. I feel certain an offer is just around the corner and that soon this couple will fulfill their dream of a new life together on the East Coast.